Hi everyone! Today we're talking about dealing with challenging people. Phill is currently self-employed, but he's worked for other people in the past and has a lot of wisdom and experience. So, I have a situation for you.
Okay.
So, the scenario is that you've been working in this place for like a few years, let's say, and someone new joins your team. From the morning, he's having a little bit of an attitude and he's answering you, a little bit short. So what do you do? Or do you do anything at all?
Well, first of all, I'd maybe try to imagine that he could just be having a bad morning. Everyone has bad mornings, everyone has bad days, so I'll try and give him the benefit of the doubt. Depending on how he answers a question will depend on my response to him. So for example, if I asked him, "Oh, can you pass me a pen please on that side of your desk?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, here you go mate." Then I can see that he's got something wrong with him,
Yeah, sorry. That's a good one. Yeah, when you say off, because they're not necessarily saying anything, like mean, but it's just the way they say it, there is an attitude, there's something going on there.
Yeah. So in that case, I'll be like, he's had a bad morning, so I'll let it slide. But if he was going to be like, "Mate, get it yourself," kind of thing, that would promote a different response from me, because that's not called for, especially not in a professional environment. In that case, I'll be like, "Look, Michelangelo, I know you've only been here for 2 weeks and we haven't really had the chance to develop our relationships properly, but I want you to know that the way you spoke to me just now, I don't appreciate it. I would never speak to you like that. I would always give you this level of respect. So in return, I would request that you give me the same level of respect." Is that understood? Maybe not. Is that understood? I'll probably end it something like,
Does it make sense, or?
Yeah. Does that make?
Are we on the same page?
Are we on the same page, or is that fair? Or
But you're not gonna be like in the end, be like, "Okay, so do you want a cup of coffee now?"
I think that would come across as a little bit maybe passive aggressive, or I don't know.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say that in the end. I think just ending it like, am I making sense, or is that fair, kind of thing. Because I think it's important to lay the standard in the beginning of any relationship like that, because if you just let that go, then he's going to continue to walk over you, and he'll continue to think, "Oh, he's the chump of the office." So
or just even maybe not that far, but he'll just continue speaking to you in a certain way that you don't like, and you probably remember it and be like, I don't know, a month, 6 months later, you'll be like almost having like a diary of the things that they said, right?
Yeah.
And you'll be like, "But I can't tell them off now because that happened 6 months ago. So
nip it in the bud." And that can go maybe not just for the work environment, but any environment. If you meet somebody in a social gathering or at your local chess club or whatever.
But can I ask something? What about if you know the person? So this is like a new person, new scenario. But what if it's like, I don't know, a friend or an acquaintance or a relative?
So in other words, what if you know somebody but you didn't nip it in the bud 6 months ago, and now you want to change things?
Yeah, I mean, the whole dynamic could be different because they know you. It's not like that person doesn't know you and they're like testing the grounds. That person knows you, and they've decided to be a jerk today. That
one would be slightly more tricky, because they think they already know who you are. They're already walking all over you. They already think that you're a bit of a chump. They're going to continue to do that. So in that case, making a stand would probably be that much more harder to do. That should never stop you from making that stand, because everyone deserves the same level of respect that they give out. Notice I didn't say everyone deserves the same level of respect. Everyone would deserve the same level of respect that they give out. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong. Again, approach the person and say, "Michael, can I speak to you a second?"
And maybe in private, I guess would be better.
Definitely in private, because if you're doing it in public, then that will be construed as a level of aggression. Maybe do it in public later on if it happens again after you've already done it. That's another story. So I'll pull them to one side and look, Michael, I want to say, this is awkward for me to say, and I don't want to say, I don't like saying this, but the way that you speak to me, I honestly don't like it, and it upsets me. I don't mean to sound like a bit of a chump when I say this, but do you mind addressing me differently, especially when we're in front of Kirsty over there, because you know I like her.
And I mean, who are Michelangelo, Michael and Kirsty? Like Michelangelo and Michael. Seriously. It's like the names. You could have come up with more realistic names.
I also think as well that people would respect you. People will respect you more for speaking your mind and for making a stand for yourself. No one's going to respect you if you just sit there and keep quiet and absorb everything that's being said to you, and then going home and then screaming at the pillow about it. You know, it's not going to change anything, and it's going to make you as a person more depressed. It's going to make you as a person feel more oppressed, and it would only adversely affect your personal mental health. I've come to realise in my experience of working and with interacting with people that a lot of the time when people say offensive things or do offensive things, they don't realise they're doing it, and they don't mean to do it. They don't mean to hurt people. Another thing I've just remembered, which fortunately you never do it. I've noticed in the past, say I'm with a lady and she's meeting one of my other lady friends for the first time. Let me change that. Say I've got a girlfriend and she's meeting a female friend of mine for the first time. More times than none, or I've noticed it in the past, those two girls will feel the need to make fun of me, just in banter. But because maybe they're feeling awkward around each other, the common denominator between them both is me. So they'll make a joke about me, or they'll make a joke at my expense, you know, and that's what I've noticed. Now, they don't mean to do it because they're being mean to me. They're doing it as a way to stop feeling awkward between each other. And that could be the case of what's happening with the person disrespecting you or somebody else.
So to sum up, it's best to address a situation straight away. Take the person to the side and speak to them privately. Also, if you are thinking of saying something, you probably are better off saying it, not like fighting in your mind. Should I say it? Should I not say it? What are the consequences? Obviously be respectful, don't shout and don't swear at people, but just say it. To sum up, 1, address the situation as soon as possible. 2, if appropriate, take the person to the side and talk to them. And 3, what was 3?